Week, a judge is scheduled to sentence a Norfolk, Nebraska mom who pleaded guilty to illegally performing an abortion. But the court-ordered psychological evaluation of Jessica Burgess, which was supposed to be done before her September 22nd sentencing, hasn't happened because of a lack of funding. A court order filed in Madison County District Court today says the judge in the case has now canceled that evaluation of Burgess. She's charged with helping her then 17-year-old daughter Celeste end her pregnancy, as well as burn and bury the fetus. Back in July, Jessica Burgess agreed to plead guilty to 3 charges: removing, concealing, abandoning a dead body, performing an abortion at 20 weeks, and false reporting. 2 of the charges were dropped as part of a plea agreement. Now, Jessica Burgess's daughter, Celeste, has now been released from the Madison County, Nebraska jail. She was released Monday of this week after serving 53 days of her 90-day jail sentence in the case. Back in May, Celeste Burgess pleaded guilty to 1 count of removing, concealing, abandoning a dead human body. As part of a plea agreement, 2 additional charges were dropped. Celeste Burgess will now serve 2 years on probation.